Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. If it's good morning in another country, good morning. Who we're talking about today? Donald Trump. Welcome to my live. I am Queen Lillie, and we are discussing Donald Trump, the shutdown, how it's affecting people in a snap. A little bit of Charlie Kirk's and Candace Owens. The layoffs that are happening in our country from Amazon to UPS. It is happening. Donald Trump said he was going to make America great, but ever since he came into office, he has torn down everything that President Joe Biden built to help the American people. Donald Trump has only been here as a destroyer. His first term, he was a destroyer. And now, his second term in office, Donald Trump is the biggest destroyer ever that has landed on God's green earth. Yes, I said landed, because he's nothing but an alien walking around in that Oval Office, the bloated pig, Donald J. Trump. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. As you come in, hit that like button. We have two different types of memberships. The first one is the Ruby's membership, and the second one is the Diamonds membership. Ruby's membership is $6.99. Diamonds membership is probably $11.99, if I'm not mistaken. With the memberships, you get things that other viewers and subscribers do not get. So get your membership. You won't regret it. Hello, King Allen. How you doing today? Okay, that's cool. But yeah, we got a lot to cover, y'all. It's so much happening. And some days I get up, I'll be like, Lord, what has Donald Trump done now? What has he done now? He's rather draining. He sucks the life out of so many Americans. He's only in that Oval Office to benefit the rich, his billionaire, millionaire friends. He cares nothing about me and you. Hit that like button for me, you guys. For me, hit that like button. The SNAP benefits will be gone officially on November the 1st. It's not that our government do not have the funding. Who is the government? The MAGA Republican Party. But yesterday, the MAGA Republican Party finally put their foot down and did something on their own without listening to Donald Trump. They went against the tariffs on Canada. That's a blessing in disguise, y'all. Because Canada has been our number one family member. They are like our cousins to this country. So Donald Trump burning that bridge was not a good thing. So that's what we got to look forward to, y'all, in our country, is that things have been taken away from people. And finally, the MAGA Republicans are fighting back. So now what they need to do is go against Trump and open up our country again. Open things back up. Allow people to have a happy Thanksgiving. But I'm going to tell you, Donald Trump will try to play save a hoe. He may wait till the day of and be like, let's release their SNAP benefits, and still blame it on the Democrats. He plays those type of games. Donald Trump is a kid. He has the mind of a 2-year-old. You know how a 2-year-old like to play peekaboo? Well, that's Donald Trump. He's going to play peekaboo with the American people. And I'm sick of him. We'll hear something from our girl, Jasmine Crockett, as well, what she think of Trump. And she thinks Trump is a loser, and so do I. The survivors send letters in demand about the Epstein files and to swear Lolita, I can't say her name right because I'm kind of exhausted because I've been ripping and running today. Swear in the Dem that actually won in the special election. They trying to let Mike know you need to swear her in because the Epstein files must be released. So we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? How y'all doing today? Hello, everybody. Hit that like button as you are coming in. Come on out the bushes and hit the like button, please. We're going to go ahead and get started. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. Yes, super chats and super stickers. They're all welcome. And in my description is my Venmo. My Venmo is in my description, and my PayPal link is in my description as well. So if you want to show me love that way, you are welcome to do so. Hello, Frank. How you doing, King? So we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? Take a listen to this. And it is about Candace Owens and what she think Trump did to Charlie Kirk's. I can believe it. I don't put anything past anybody because the greed of America is an MFer. Hold on. Save your Venmo. Hello, Queen Mimi.
Everybody's handled us. So this is pretty crazy. This is Candace Owens coming out from her break from social media to process the Charlie Kirk assassination, now telling us she's convinced Donald Trump ordered the hit. Check this out. This is crazy.
You just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they won? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard in Israel? They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely you. That's like their signature thing. It's like, that's what they do. It's the Fed signature. It's how they sign off after they you. They're like holiday and a boulevard. And it's never on the nice side of town either.
I say she's got a pretty big set saying this about the most powerful person on the planet who apparently just did this to Charlie Kirk. Now what's he going to do to her? Peace, blessings, and shine the fuck on.
Well, I will say that Candace Owens has some big balls. She's very brave. She actually is braver than Donald Trump. So hopefully she doesn't end up being unalive because of her statement. You cannot put anything past the mega Republicans. They are dangerous in my opinion. We're going to be moving along. Let's take a listen to this about the layoffs and how Donald Trump was supposed to make America great. Are we great yet, MAGA? No. Let me turn my do not disturb sign on. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to turn my do not disturb sign on. So let's take a listen to this, okay?
Breaking news, Trump supporters, I guess Amazon has decided to lay off 14,000 people. Boy, we're really thriving in this economy, ain't we? So not only is Walmart, John Deere, Johnson & Johnson, I think Starbucks put out a report that maybe they did. Amazon is 14,000. Boy, Trump is really doing a great job in America. Really doing a great job. I don't see how he can stand on Air Force One or stand in the White House or in any press conference and sit there and say that we're doing great, we're doing phenomenal. It is a lie to the American people. It is a lie to you. And what baffles me more than anything is the fact that you Trump supporters are that uneducated and ignorant to figure this one out. And you're sitting here seeing the jobs report crumbling. You're seeing prices go up. You're seeing housing prices go up. You're seeing jobs laying off, companies laying off, people shutting doors. And you still support this man? My God, I would have took Joe Biden and him 99 years old over this shit. But you people are so daft, you think that it's okay for America to be treated this way, and it's not. I can't with you people. Trumpers, come and get me. Breaking news.
Well, thank you, Frank841. Is America great yet? We were under President Joe Biden. We were doing very well under President Joe Biden. Again, are we great yet, MAGA? All these layoffs. Even I showed you yesterday, UPS is doing a big layoff. It seemed like ever since this man got into office, things have been just going downhill. Not slowly, quickly. Okay? So we're going to listen to Jasmine Crockett because she thinks Donald Trump is a big loser. And I understand why. He says she is low IQ, which is not true, but he is, and that's a fact.
All I know is no, sir, you will not get a third term. That's not going to happen. I mean, the Supreme Court gonna have to find they big boy and big girl panties and do what's right. The Constitution is very clear, sir. And frankly, you never should have had one term. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest, you were never qualified to be president of the United States, not once, but definitely not twice. And your incompetencies are showing. Your own people, yes, my homegirl, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is also very disappointed in you. Listen, you are a loser. And unfortunately, we all are being dragged down with you in your loser ways. All I know is no, sir, you will not get a third term. That's not going to happen. I mean, the Supreme Court gonna have to find a big boy and big girl panties.
Yes, the Supreme Court better find a big boy and big girl panties, because our country is just going down the drain. Our country has weakened so much that anybody, Russia, Putin could come over and take this country right now. China is more powerful than us right now. We are weakened. Donald Trump has weakened the people. Let's take a listen to what's up with Mike Johnson, because Mike Johnson is not doing his job. Do the right thing. He is following the orders of Donald Trump, doing Donald Trump's bidding for him. His career is done. After Donnie is kicked out that office, Mike Johnson would not have a career doing anything. He might as well go work at Wendy's. No, McDonald's, where Donnie likes to eat.
Some critical news right now. I've just received a letter sent by survivors of Epstein's horrific crimes to Speaker Mike Johnson, demanding that Mike Johnson swear in Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva. The letter reads as follows: "We, the survivors of the Jeffrey Epstein Ghislaine Maxwell abuse, call on Speaker of the House Mike Johnson to immediately move forward with the swearing in of Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva. Grijalva was duly elected and certified to serve in the U.S. House. Her constituents have spoken, and their voice deserves representation without further delay. Speaker Johnson must stop using procedural tactics to protect the powerful and instead uphold the integrity of our democratic institutions. Our trauma is not a pawn in your political games. Every day you stall is another day survivors are denied justice and the American people are denied the truth. Swear in Representative Grijalva and let democracy speak." And then it's signed by several survivors. Spread the word so more people know. Here's the full letter. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. We have some critical news right now.
Well, the survivors have written a letter to Mike Johnson. Will Mike Johnson even care about the survivors? Thus far, they have not cared anything about the Epstein survivors. And why they don't care? Because Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. It's all about Donald. Why they have not released the Epstein files. If it was just about Epstein, they would have released them, yeah. Donald Trump is written all over him. Like they say, it's written all over your face. It's written all over Donnie. It's written all over the Epstein files. He is. Yes. So we're going to take a listen to my girl Crockett again. And it's Crockett versus Trump. So let's see about the IQ test, okay? One moment.
If you've been watching our show over the past 2 nights, you know I've been working on teeing up a major event. I think it could be bigger than the Super Bowl and Jake Paul fighting Dick Van Dyke combined. It could be very big. And all the credit goes to our Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump, who strongly believes he would trounce 2 of his least favorite ladies in an IQ test.
They have Jasmine Crockett, a low IQ person. They have AOC's low IQ. You give her an IQ test, have her pass like the exams that I decided to take. Let AOC go against Trump. Let Jasmine go against Trump.
I agree. It sounds like a challenge, right? Now, as I've mentioned, not only do I want to see this contest happen, I want to make it happen. I believe this would be a once-in-a-lifetime television event. I want to give brilliant, bigly brain president a chance to teach those left-wing lightweights a thing or two about brain power live on national television. I'm calling it the James C. Kimmel Cognitive Aptitude and Mental Brilliance Invitation. Now, all we need are the contestants. I've already invited the president. I'm sure he'll accept, and let's now meet his potential competitor. We are joined live by the representative from Texas's 30th District. She is an attorney. She is an outspoken critic of the Trump administration. She coined the phrase bleach blonde, bad-built butch body. Say hello to Jasmine Crockett, everybody. Thank you for joining us. All right. I assume you are aware of the fact that the president, for whatever reason, has challenged you to a duel of the medulla, yes?
I am very well aware. I know that he can't seem to find himself in the Oval Office to make sure that he can end this shutdown, but he does have time to troll me. So listen, if he's down, I'm down.
Do you notice any kind of a pattern when it comes to people he frequently refers to as low IQ people?
They tend to be women, and they tend to be women of color.
Yes, so you are, okay, so you are smart. Okay.
That's what my mama said. Yeah.
I don't want to, I have a few questions of the sort that Trump got on his cognitive assessment test. We're going to start with a visual, okay? Can you name this animal?
It looks like an elephant.
Yes, it is an elephant.
The point Jasmine Crockett is making is that Donald Trump claims that she's low IQ and that he would surpass her in an IQ test. As I stated previously yesterday, Jasmine Crockett is more educated than Donald Trump and Melania Trump both. Melania Trump dropped out of a university. Jasmine Crockett has graduated and received several degrees, while Melania Trump, more than likely, low IQ, because, she doesn't speak good English. You can't understand anything she says. She plagiarized Queen Michelle Obama's speech. Couldn't even come up with her own. Donald Trump is definitely low IQ. I showed y'all his IQ, what it was. Competition. Combine Trump and Melania together, their low IQ is lower than Jasmine Crockett's. One moment, please. Hello, everybody. Those of you just coming in, please hit that like button, please. Hit the like button. Show me that you appreciate me putting in all the hard work and doing the research. What are we doing, everybody? Research. Fair use. Great for educational purposes, great for entertainment purposes, and great for research. And I throw a little comedy in there for you all. So hit that like button for me, please.
Some pretty big news right now. More Republicans are breaking from Donald Trump. Farm state Republicans, according to Politico, have reached their, quote, breaking point with the president of the United States over what he's doing with the Argentina bailout and bringing in Argentine beef into the United States instead of supporting farmers here in the States. Republican senators have cornered Brooke Rollins, the Department of Agriculture secretary, in private meetings over the past month. This week, 14 Republicans, including one of the most senior Republicans in the House of Representatives, Jason Smith, the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, sent a letter to Donald Trump and to Rollins essentially saying, don't do this. Don't import beef from Argentina when we can have it here in the United States if you just supported our farmers. It's pretty stunning to see that more and more Republicans are being comfortable with speaking out against the Trump administration in a way that we have not seen since January 20th. We'll see what happens next. Spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, as always, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. More to come very soon.
Subscribe to Aaron Partners. You would not regret it. He is like one of the top content creators here on YouTube. Please subscribe to him. He's on Instagram as well, so give him a follow. It's AARONPARNAS, Aaron Partners. Please. We don't want Argentina meat. We want homegrown. That's what Donald Trump claimed to stand on when he came in office, that he was going to make sure that the American businesses are doing well and that he would take care of the farmers. Well, he's not. He has plans and is going to bring in beef from Argentina. We got farmers. I showed y'all a video day before yesterday of a farmer showing his cattle. He said he's ready to provide for the American people. So why would you bring poison, diseased meat from Argentina? It doesn't make sense, y'all. The farmers have finally waken up and they are no longer MAGA. A little bit about the files and the billionaires, okay?
If you're black and you voted for Trump or you're still supporting Trump, you are delusional. If you think Trump, I've known Trump for 30 years. If you think he's pro-black people, you're completely delusional. I've been to Mar-a-Lago, I don't know how many times, and I've never seen a black person there. And Mar-a-Lago is a huge place. There's 1,000 people there when I used to go there for a fundraiser or an event. Never seen a black person. I've never seen a single black person there. Okay? Trump is not a fan of black people, but you probably didn't see this. If you're still supporting him, you probably didn't see how he snuck this in a couple of days ago. So a couple of days ago, if you're not familiar, Trump pulled back the law that kept federal workers in federal buildings from segregating bathrooms, drinking fountains, work areas from blacks and whites or any other race. Okay, it was always black and white, but that's what the law says. He pulled it. Okay, now we're going back to the days of the early 60s and late 50s, 1950s and before, where there were black water fountains, colored water fountains, what they called them for coloreds, and white water fountains, and restaurants. And now in federal buildings, they can discriminate against you. Okay, let me tell you, if you didn't know that, let me tell you what's coming. The Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now, if you don't know your history, that's what Martin Luther King died for, basically. Okay, that's what John Lewis used to march in the streets for. Jesse Jackson, all these guys fought for this to give so people could not discriminate. The government couldn't discriminate, citizens couldn't discriminate, companies couldn't discriminate against people of color. Okay, if he pulls that, we're headed back to 1950. And if you're black, you ain't gonna like it. Let me tell you. Okay, I don't know how many of these people that are sending me hate mail that are black are educated.
And it's not making sense. Why send this man hate mail when he actually teaching? So black people, if you voted for Trump, you are the biggest fool right now. The joke is on you. I don't know you and don't want to know you. You supporting a pedo, a person that's taken from our country, a criminal, Donald Trump, a rapist, Donald Trump, a pedo, in my opinion. Black people, are you stupid? Because if you voted for him, you are. And I'm not taking it back. So we're going to take a listen to something. This is Jasmine Crockett again. She make a lot of valuable points. One moment, please. How y'all doing out there? Hit that like button for me, please. If nobody has told you this today, well, I'm going to tell you, I love you and I pray for you. I pray that if it is one of you that are not receiving your SNAP benefits, I pray that God provides for you and your loved ones. One moment, please.
Thing except for jdvance and accelerating the career of jdvance, and sure, that is worked out in some ways for
just
him,
a moment. I know where I want to start.
President of the United States, although he does have to be Donald Trump's
out of slave patrols. When I was speaking with one of my friends who is a federal law enforcement officer, he told me that one of the things that he has observed is that the culture is created at the top. And when I think about it, it absolutely makes sense. If you have somebody at the top that will not tolerate the types of things that we're seeing, then maybe those under you won't do it. But we know that we have a racist at the top. He has called himself the head law enforcement agent in this country, and therefore everybody has decided that it is okay to take off their hoods and mask up as ICE agents. Now, we've talked about how they have hidden themselves, but again, it reminds me of the Klan. That is why I proposed the Clear ID Act, to make them identify themselves, because it is dangerous for law enforcement as well as individuals, because you don't know, especially with ICE going around and doing the things that thugs do. They're busting out windows, they're breaking into homes, they're breaking people's arms. This doesn't sound like law enforcement. It sounds like thuggery to me. But just like you can have somebody at the top that sets the tone for ugliness going down, you guys are blessed, because in the city of Chicago, you have a mayor. You have a mayor that has decided that he will not back down. He will not bend to this administration. And instead, he will stand up for the people. You have a man of valor that is going up against a villain, and I think that we have to make sure, especially while we're in his city, that we recognize his leadership, because it is invaluable. Now, some people think that this is all about Chicago, but I want people to understand that this cancer is infecting us everywhere, and if you don't think that it can come to your city, well, I've got news for you. You see, we've been talking about the cruel and unusual punishment that is in violation of the 8th Amendment that is being handed out. And honestly, it's a spit in the face of every American that we have an actual convicted felon that feels aggrieved to the extent that he feels like he's owed hundreds of millions of dollars when people are literally dying under our watch. Recently, I just sent a letter, it looks like on October 22nd, to Kristi Noem. And one of the things that I laid out is that we have seen the most detainee deaths in ICE custody in a single year in decades. with 20 deaths in the last 9 months compared to 24 deaths in the past prior 4 years. Now, this week, we learned that an individual who went to the Dallas ice field office for a routine visit, meaning that they were doing things the quote-unquote right way, they were detained. They knew that this individual had diabetes and required insulin every 2 hours. Despite ICE having been told this, the individual was denied access to their medication for 8 days, resulting in hospitalization. There are some that say that we are making America great. But to me, it doesn't feel like greatness. It feels like grossness. That's right. And in fact, I want to ask a few questions, and it doesn't matter who answers them. Is it great or gross to go into people's houses and drag them out in the middle of the night?
Gross.
Is it great or gross to make people afraid to do something as simple as go to school?
Gross.
Is it great or gross to make hard-working people say, I am too scared to show up to my job?
Gross. Extremely gross.
Thank you so much to each and every one of you for your courage. Thank you so much for
And this is why I love Jasmine Crockett. She's going to give it to you as it is. She doesn't sugarcoat it. She doesn't add any sauce to it. She straight up give you the facts. How does it make America look good to drag people out of their bed in the middle of the night and they haven't even committed any crimes? But it's only happening to black and brown people. But ICE is getting a little nasty, white people, because they starting to beat up on y'all too and drag y'all around on the streets. I showed a video just the day before yesterday, and I think one yesterday too, of a white man getting beat by ICE yesterday. They don't like anybody, you ask me. It's all about the dollar bill. They ain't meet the quorum, they coming after you. You better help get this under control. So let's take a listen to United Now. And the MAGAs are trying to wreck our lives because their lives are a train wreck. That's my opinion.
Miller's wife just had a complete meltdown on the Piers Morgan show after she was called out for spreading misinformation. Instead of responding with facts or trying to defend her claim, she completely lost it and said they're being anti-Semitic.
Really sick and tired of this racist, bigoted rhetoric that comes from people like you against my husband, against my family, and my children. I am raising Jewish children in this country in which you
into this.
He inserted a line that says the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language? Or therefore we are Jewish? Come on, Pierce. Where are you?
What?
Where are you standing?
God, you're so
Casey, if I
This
she
is-
actually said he inserted a line that said the Miller's lie. Is that not coded language for therefore they are Jewish? What is she talking about? This is what happens when people who make an entire career out of spreading misinformation finally get confronted with the truth. She wasn't attacked for her identity and nobody mentioned her kids. She was called out for lying. And instead of taking any responsibility, she tried to twist it into a narrative of victimhood. That's a tactic used far too often by political figures who were unable to defend their own words. It's never wrong to call people out for being liars or ask for honesty and transparency. But clearly, those principles are lacking from her and her husband, Stephen Miller, who have built entire careers off of spreading misinformation and fear-mongering. I guess when you live off of lies...
Well, I will say, Stephen Miller has trained and taught his wife well to lie and take a situation and twist it up like it's a Donald Trump situation. They learned very well from Donald Trump. Miss Miller, calling you a liar is not talking about your children, girl, or you being Jewish. It's so confusing, brother. Why was she even on there? Okay, we're going to take a listen to this right here. And it is, just take a listen. I got to find the right time mark for it. Just one moment. One moment, please.
Give money to each other because of this failed administration. I am proud to say that Pastor are not legally available to cover regular benefits and are instead meant for things like assisting people in disaster areas. The document cited Hurricane Melissa, which made landfall Tuesday in Jamaica as one of the strongest Atlantic storms ever recorded. Still, state officials argued in their lawsuit that the USDA's claim that the contingency funds cannot be used to fund food benefits during a lapse in federal funding violates the text of congressional appropriations law and is a, quote, dramatic change in its own policy because recently they stated the opposite. They noted that during the last shutdown, the USDA said in guidance, which was January 2019, that, quote, limited funding is available. Limited funding is available from the contingency that can be used to provide benefits for February. They are actively, intentionally, illegally, maliciously starving human beings.
Why did I show y'all that? Because it's been stated that Donald Trump is maliciously starving human beings. I totally agree with that fact. Because when he's asked about the SNAP situation and the closing of our government right now, he quickly blamed it on the Democrats. It can't be them. They're not over Congress right now. The Republicans won that seat. The House is theirs. The presidency is Donald Trump, a MAGA Republican. How, Donnie, is it the Democrats' fault? You are purposely starving people, removing their benefits in time of need. That's done on purpose by you, Donald Trump. You stated yourself, a government shutdown is not to blame the Democrats nor the Republicans. It is the president. Do I need to play your own words again? You are to blame. And Donnie, is not a good look. You need to release their benefits. And Mike Johnson, you need to release the Epstein files. I told y'all, it's sad they have the SNAP benefits tied in with the Epstein files. Crazy, just crazy. So, Trump plans to steal $230 million from the taxpayers. Oh, you can thank John Roberts for this. And who is John Roberts? Take a look. Supreme Court Justice. You can thank him. And why thanking him, okay? Trump is demanding that the DOJ transfer $230 million in taxpayer dollars into his own personal bank account. In a series of opinions, Chief Justice John Roberts has interpreted that the Constitution is the Constitution to give Trump this power. As Roberts had handed the presidency more and more power, he claimed to be increasingly Democratic accountability. But at this point, we can all see the mess he's created. And it states that Donald Trump is demanding that the Justice Department transfer $230 million in taxpayer dollars into his own personal account. He can do this because, thanks to the Supreme Court recent decisions, the executive branch could accurately be described as King Louis, something they put. At first, you might think, can he do that? Can he just shake down the DOJ for roughly $250 million? And then you think about the Supreme Court opinions under Chief Justice John Roberts, in which the court has shifted the fundamental structure of American government such that federal agencies, including the Justice Department, are mere extensions of Donald Trump's will. We're in trouble, America. Donald Trump was not a billionaire that he claimed before this term. But he is actually a billionaire now. And Mac will always get in my chat and say, well, he's not making any money in it. If y'all don't get out of my chat with that nonsense. This man has become a billionaire off of this term. And he wants us, the taxpayers, to give him more money. $230 million because things was brought against him for his crimes. Things that he did. Thank you so much. Zitoda, thank you so much for blessing me. Donald Trump is maliciously going to starve many Americans. Take a listen. One moment.
Donald Trump's ICE is absolutely disgusting, pathetic, and outright intolerable. And now a major federal judge just humiliated Donald Trump's ICE with a brutal new ruling. That's right, finally, we're seeing a bit of karma for Donald Trump's ICE. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, as I was saying, Donald Trump's ICE is absolutely unhinged. They are out of control, even to the point of just harassing random people.
Violation of 18 U.S.C. 111. If you continue to do it, I'll put you
Can
under
you
arrest.
show me the ordinance? I'm gonna.
I'll arrest you and take you to the jail, and then your lawyer can see it after the fact.
Okay,
18
it's
U.S.C.
my
18 U.S.C.
understanding
111.
I have the right to record you.
You do not have the right to impede a federal agent in the course
I'm
of your
not
duties.
impeding you.
Violating traffic codes while following
I didn't-
a federal
No,
vehicle.
no, no. I didn't.
Yes,
I didn't
that's a violation of the law.
I didn't violate a. What was that?
ICE is dangerous.
I'm not impeding by riding down the street. I'm not impeding by riding down the street. I happen to be going this way. Where are you going?
We saw you.
I know. I saw you too. I took pictures. I wasn't hiding from you. I saw you at Home Depot.
That's from the bus traffic. So
And now I'm
again, I want to pull you out of the vehicle and arrest you.
Okay.
Yeah, these two punks don't look cool at all. They look like two losers trying desperately hard to be tough. I also like how this guy sort of like pranced away at the end there. That was funny. But that's nothing compared to our breaking story. That's right, a major federal judge just humiliated Donald Trump's ICE with a new ruling. Take a look at this top story. A major federal judge just handed Donald Trump's immigration enforcers a brutal public humiliation. U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis has ordered Trump's top Border Patrol commander, Gregory Bovino, to personally report to her courtroom every single weekday at 6 p.m. to explain his agent's controversial actions in Chicago, an unprecedented move that puts Trump's ICE and Border Patrol on a leash. Judge Ellis issued the stunning order after shocking videos showed Border Patrol agents firing tear gas across residential neighborhoods and even into a children's Halloween parade in the city's Old Irving Park district. The footage sparked national outrage as children in costumes were seen coughing and running from chemical agents. In court, Judge Ellis didn't hold back. She demanded that Bovino's team turn over all use of force reports and corresponding body camera footage by Friday, warning that her court will not tolerate tear gas used on kids. She even reminded Bovino directly, children dressed in Halloween costumes walking to a parade do not pose an immediate
Wow,
threat.
wow.
You can't use
They actually spraying children. Halloween is tomorrow. This is frightening. We go from Donald Trump starving children and the elderly of their SNAP now to ICE even attacking children, not just adults. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Some days I really have to go in prayer before I go live because this can be so draining because before I started doing this YouTube thing, I couldn't watch the news anymore because I was sick of being sad. Now I cover this stuff and it is so draining. Y'all keep me in your prayers and y'all in my prayers because when it comes to children, I'm really affected. I do not play when it comes to children and I do not play when it comes to the elderly. It's just something else. Hello, how y'all doing? I'm going to shout some of y'all out in just a moment, okay? Kathy, how you doing, Queen? Kathy Riz, how you doing? Well, thank you for your compliment. I'm not going to argue with you. I love you. King Allen, hey, baby, how you doing? OMG, IDC, thank you so much. Thank you. Don't drop your crown, beautiful. Hey there, Josh, how you doing? I love you. Kathy Bainbridge, tired of these judges. They are out of control. Yes. Yes, they are. Roberts doesn't care about the American people. And it hurts me so bad that the Supreme Court, the higher court, is the ones that's trying to beat us down. And the lower courts are trying to help us. But then they go to the higher courts and it overrules everything. We're just in sad, trying times. And it take a lot out of me, I won't lie. Hey, how you doing? Inspired by nature, inspired by nature. That's your opinion. I'm not going to argue with you about that. ICE is dangerous. That's my opinion. Jason, how you doing? Okay. Well, if you part of ICE, in my opinion, you are dangerous. Please elaborate on how I'm dangerous. But I'd rather not hear your ignorance, because your thought don't matter on my channel. Hello, Ryan. How you doing? Hello, Mark Scott. How you doing? I agree with you completely, King Mark Scott. Hello, John Blake Dawson. How you doing, King? Hello, GTA Gat. I don't know who you're talking about, but okay. Hello, E Papas. How you doing? Hello, Mike. How you doing? We're going to continue. I love each and every last one of you guys. Let's try to spread love than we spreading hate in the chat. Can we do that? Because we are in trying times. And to hear the stories daily when I'm doing my research, to come on here and listen to the American people that are hurting, love is so much stronger than hate. Try it. A lot of you need to try it. If you want me to put you in a chokehold with my words, I just may do that. But I prefer to spread love. Yes, Chef Joseph knows it does. It really does. Trying times require light, love. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, one moment, please. Just a moment, everybody. Let's take a listen to Jane Elliott, because she could bring so much light to a situation, because Black and brown people are being targeted and it's not right. But take a listen to what she has to say, and she's going to explain some things to you about the black and the white. Maybe that'll help my chat a lot. Hold on, beautiful people.
And right now, white people are really frightened. If you don't understand the destruction of Planned Parenthood offices, and you don't understand the wall that we're going to build on the southern border of the United States, you haven't read the book, The Birth Dearth by Ben Wattenberg. Ben Wattenberg was a brilliant Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute. And he wrote a book, the first paragraph of which says, "The main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country." He was an advisor to presidents of the United States. He wrote the book in 1987. He says if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. Now, I'm not misrepresenting this. I'm telling you almost exactly what he says. He says there are three things we can do to solve this. Number one, we could pay women to have babies, as they have been doing in Western European nations for years. Then he says, and these are his words, not mine, unfortunately, we would have to pay women. And right now, white people are really frightened. If you don't understand, I'm going to give you another point of view of her. Jane Elliott. I love her. Hold on. Wait a minute, because I know I saved it. Sometimes I forget. Oh boy, I could have sworn I saved that video. Come on. Y'all, I thought I saved another video of hers, because I really enjoy listening to her. This is so strange. I thought I did. But anyway, Jane Elliott is one of the toughest people. If you ever want to learn anything, look her up. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. So Jane Elliott, born November 30th, 1933, is an American diversity educator. As a school teacher, she became known for her blue eyes, brown eyes exercise. But she actually, when Jada Pinkett had her own show, she went on Jada Pinkett's show
And Jane Elliott, she discussed about, I'm not a white woman, I'm a faded black person. Take a listen, please. And this should calm a lot of stuff going on in this chat. Because we really all one. But hold on, okay?
Believing the myth. In this country, what we call education is actually indoctrination. And it takes us from the age of 5 to the age of 18 to thoroughly indoctrinate people so that they will believe in the myth of white superiority. And it is a myth. Right. Now, you can't do that while you're teaching that Columbus discovered America. Right. There were black people on this continent 4,000 years before Columbus was born. Right. We teach black history in schools as if it started with slavery. I'm not a white woman. I'm a faded black person. My people move far from the equator. And that's the only reason my skin is lighter. That's all any white person is. Because we are great. Hey. There's one race. There's one race, the human race. And they all came from the same black women. 300,000 to 500.
We all come from the same black women. Can we be kind? This is the time we need kindness. Because early part of my day, I sat and listened to a lot of stories today too of people who may not have their Thanksgiving dinner. Put some love in the chat. Come on. Hate doesn't go but so far. And all it does is make you a miserable, wrinkled person. Stop it. I love each and every last one of you all. Hold on.
Remember that we learned from some of the best. There had some white boys came over here that did the first beheadings in Point Coupee, Louisiana, where I'm from. Slave insurrection, that was the way you dealt with it. Tuskegee syphilis incident. We're going to see how black men die if they have syphilis, but we pretend we treat them with penicillin, and we're just going to watch the pathology of how they die. Now, that wasn't back 200 years ago. That was 1930 to 1974. We're talking about giving these wonderful blankets to Native Americans infected with smallpox as they walked on that trail of tears just to see how they die and to eliminate their population so we can take all of that land. So the violence that is in America has come from a very learned position that was brought here by some Caucasian folks. All right? We have to remember that we learned from...
We can't erase history, but we don't have to repeat it. I just say that. We can't erase history, but we don't have to repeat it. We don't have to put violence out there. For example, ICE. Violence. That's all I see every day. ICE busting out people's windows, dragging people, beating people, breaking their arms, breaking their legs, breaking an old man's hips, legs, limbs. It's gotten out of hand. And it's so heartaching for me to watch these videos. But I have to watch them so I can bring them to you all. She has kids in her car. Let me see, because time is ticking. I got to do something else this evening. Okay, that particular video, ICE fired shots into her vehicle with children in it. More about the ICE agents. Hold on.
Agents in Virginia tackled and detained a mother as she was driving her daughter to school, all because she couldn't immediately recite her social security number off the top of her head. She showed these agents her social security card, driver's license, work permit, and car registration, but they still arrested her.
Violence is not the answer.
Her 16-year-old daughter, who can be heard screaming for her life, said that the agent got angry when she couldn't immediately recite her social security number, so he lunged at her. She's now being held at the Rockingham County Jail with no pending criminal charges, detained as a courtesy to ICE. This is intimidation, humiliation, and a very obvious abuse of power pretending to be immigration enforcement. What makes this situation even worse is the fact that she had every single legal document that proved her right to be here and work in the United States, but they still chose to arrest her. That's not a mistake. That is deliberate. That's a system that treats immigrants like they're guilty guilty until proven innocent, even when they're following all the rules. Every single American should be outraged by this because it's obvious at this point it has nothing to do with border security. We have a government that's using fear and violence to control and abuse people who are doing everything right. They're tearing families apart to send a political message and meet their deportation quota. If that doesn't terrify you, then it absolutely should. ICE agents in Virginia tackled and detained a mother.
Not only do we have ICE agents that are violent and dangerous, so is Donald Trump. One moment. Murder in the Caribbean. Trump is dangerous, in my opinion.
Trump did exactly the same. He says he landed American missiles on a small boat of 11 people and claimed they were drug dealers, and that he'd summarily executed them. No trial, no apprehension, no facts, no evidence, no drugs, no drug dealers. Every person on board was simply eviscerated, and Trump boasted of it with that idiot savant look on his face. It turns out that they weren't drug dealers at all. They were fishermen. It wasn't a boat headed for the United States. It was a boat that could only sail 200 miles off the coast of Venezuela, as can be clearly seen by the kind of engine that the boat had. Nobody told Trump, and he's too stupid to know, that to claim that this boat was headed for America with drugs could not possibly be true. It could not go more than 200 miles. And if they were drug dealers, when was it legal to eviscerate suspected drug dealers? When was it legal? When you could have apprehended them for people to be murdered. For that is what they were. Murdered with the typical panache of Trump. But that is, of course, only a bagatelle compared to what the Secretary of State for War has in mind. He said, nobody said it about him, he said, we are only awaiting orders from President Trump to invade Venezuela. Donald Trump did exactly the same.
Some may say it's syphilis on the brain. Some call it dementia. In my opinion, I call it schizophrenia. That's the only answer I can come up with. That's in my opinion. One day he's Hitler. The next day he want to be Putin. Then another day he want to be BB. I mean, it's just craziness. This country is in disarray. It's just all over the place. It's like a bad puzzle that you just can't put together. You're trying to put the puzzle together and it just keeps. And then you hit the puzzle and knock it off the table because you're sick of this shit. That's why I am today. One moment, please.
Republican that's eating toast with peanut butter, talking about what did you do with last month's food stamps, saying that good, your taxpayer dollar shouldn't go towards anyone else's food expense. I will remind you that that Affordable Care Act that's paying for your insurance based off taxpayer dollars is set to expire November 1st. And the same people that are cutting food stamps are the same people that are about to cut your health care and increase it by thousands of dollars. So I hope that peanut butter toast is good, because if you fucking choke, bitch, you're one injury away from needing food stamps. Speaker Mike Johnson just made it clear that there is no one, except for Argentina. Food stamps, Head Start, military pay, and our air traffic control is set to expire November 1st. If you take away food, you take away health care, you take away child care, and you take away the ability for people to work and make a living, you essentially create a corporate slave. They want you out in the corporate field and not at home with your children. They don't want us to be able to spend our tax dollars on food and affordable health care, but they want our tax dollars to fund their billionaire agendas. November 1st, we are starting the no spending, no consumerism. You don't need that shit from Ulta. You don't need a new jacket. Your kids don't need Christmas this year, because there is a lot more on the line than a couple of presents. People are about to starve. There is a government purge of the middle class and the lower class and the poor. There is no Thanksgiving this year for most. So we need to stand up and save your money. Don't fucking shop. There is no holiday. Fuck a Ralph Lauren Christmas. Spread the fucking word. It's a real purge.
If any of you all on other social media platforms, you see what they're discussing about not spending our money. That's the way we can win. It is true. But I did myself. I went and bought a couple of children's toys. I don't have small kids, but I still try to do my part. And I bought a couple of toys, and I sent them off to a foundation, Heaven Help One Foundation. I sent them yesterday through the mail. I'm kind of lost for words today because it has become so draining. Every day is something with Donald Trump that he's doing to destroy our country. And a lot of people are like, why should you care? You don't have any small ones. You can afford to pay your bills and buy food. It affects all of us. That's why I care. So when people make those statements, I be wanting to say, and you don't know what's going on in my household. Yes, I pay for my own bills. I don't get SNAP. But I too have to budget. It hurts me to see other people hurting. Why can't you care about other people? I even saw people putting in the chat. I went back and read some of the comments yesterday. People putting, well, why should I care about what's happening to people's children? Are you kidding me? Really? Y'all. Hello, King. King says, same here. I help out too, not much, but it's helping. That's right. I didn't have a lot to buy the children anything, but I made sure that I bought something for the amount of children she sent me to do something for. I made sure I try to do my part. Or said, why can't they take care of themselves? Sometimes it's not that simple. And one day, I'm going to tell you about people when they run their mouth about stuff. God will make you an example, because I had to learn. I was running my mouth about something some years ago, and somewhat on an arrogant level, and God had to show me. So watch your mouth. They can't afford it. You may be one of them one day, okay? Big T said, it's short term. Give it time and you'll learn something. Bless your soul. Wanda says, let their mama love them. Y'all are some cold-hearted people. Let me tell you something. God will make you a believer. He will show you. Just as well as you judge those people, mother, it's people that work 2 jobs, have children, and they don't get SNAP, and they're struggling. So watch your mouth, people. I'm telling you, God will make an example out of you. I'm living proof of it. I was young and running my mouth about something. DJ David, hey King, how you doing? He said, I agree, Queen Lillie, I agree. See, they probably haven't had hardship. So in their minds, oh well, so what? Let the mama worry about it. Y'all are something else. Jesus be offense. Ram account says it doesn't hurt to see other people hurting. It does hurt. Yeah, it does hurt to see other people hurting. You're right, King Ram. It does. Well, y'all not going to hold y'all up much longer, but I will make sure I'm in greater spirit tomorrow. It's just that so much is happening, and me reading on stuff, talking to people on the phone about their situations, and I don't have a lot to give at this moment either, but I try to do my part because God wants us to help other people. And then somebody put in the chat, what God got to do with this? God is in me. He is in you. You just haven't tapped in with him and spread some love. I love each and every last one of y'all. Have a beautiful evening. I love all of y'all. Thank you for coming to my live, and I will see you tomorrow. I will go live tomorrow, but I may not go live Saturday and Sunday because I'm supposed to help a community with something. But I love you guys. I see you tomorrow. God bless. Good night, okay?